Welcome, everyone. It is Friday, and we are here for Friday's Inspiration. We're going to be talking about the fastest ways to get rid of that self sabotage. I'm broadcasting live from Amsterdam today, and it is evening here, so it is dark. And I see it is chilly everywhere. I guess it is still winter, right? Well, great. So this is, the beginning of the year. Maybe you've started to implement some business strategies. You've started to come into this new year with high hopes and uh, ready to implement some things. And then you realize you just keep getting in your way. What's up with that? So today, I want to see how many of you are experiencing this energy of sabotage. Like you know what you could have, should have, what you should be doing, but some way you just keep getting in your way. Is that true for you? As I measure the energy of sabotage today, it is at 95%. You're sabotaging yourself. So that's what I love about this infinity system that has been given to me and that's outlined in my book, Access Your Ultimate Power, The Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence, available on Amazon, that this system can measure anything. And when we can measure things and then go on a little hunting expedition to find out what's bringing these frequencies down, then we can start living in those higher frequencies. And this is really how you change the needle the fastest. You measure, you evaluate, you clear, and voila. I know no faster way of moving things, which is why I love this system. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We come here every week to help you raise your vibration, raise your frequencies so you can live and experience more of this light that we're all embodying more and more of. And the trick, not that it's a trick, but the ideal is to embody as much light as possible in our bodies while being completely present and available and in our bodies. So that's really the ideal from an energetic perspective. All right. Let's see who we have here today in the house. And yes, please be sure to like and share this. This is not a monetized platform. You may notice when you listen to the recordings that there's no commercials. I can't stand commercials, and I'm sure you don't like them either. So it's really helpful and important to share this with your friends and family, anybody that you think will be able to benefit, so we can spread the love, right? Appreciate it so much. All right. Well, we have Roma, who's in London, chilly London. And we have Reiki in Florida. We have Utah. We've got India in the house. Lots of India. And who else? Everybody's a little silent today. Well, one of the things that's interesting about this sabotaging energy is that the first thing that we're going to evaluate, we already evaluated the sabotage energy, it's very high, but we're going to measure the energy of fear. So this is one of the biggest energies that sabotages you, your life, your dreams, your desires, and stops you in your tracks. That's what fear is designed to do. You may not think that you're afraid because you're not, biting your fingernails and it doesn't feel like you're, on a going off of a waterfall. However, there's a lot of faces to the energy of fear. It can show up as being tired. It can show up as just avoiding things. Fear can show up as distractions, like where you are constantly distracting yourself doing things. Even being really busy can also be part of the faces of fear, where you try to stay so busy you don't notice this feeling that's in your energy field that doesn't feel comfortable. And so, as I measure the energy of fear today, which is probably going to be like a little bit of a sister cousin for sabotage, fear is at 50%. At 50%, you probably wouldn't even, um, notice fear, but you might notice the ways that you're avoiding things, and maybe even being tired as a way of avoiding things. And the other energy that I wanted to measure today was our commitment. A lot of you have really great ideas. You have a business plan or a strategy or a project that you'd like to do, uh, and it just doesn't happen, right? Because you keep sabotaging yourself. But part of that could be because you're not fully committed. It's maybe more like a dream up in your head, like something, yeah, I'd love to do that, but you're not quite committed to it. So let's measure that energy as well. That's also only at 50%. So we're going to be raising all of these energies up to 100% by the time we're done. So, anybody have any questions or ways that they notice that you're sabotaging yourself? Are you? What other ways can you think of that you're sabotaging? Maybe you'll go in one direction, and here's here is one that you may not have thought of as a sabotaging energy, because it seems like it's on your path of improving yourself. Well, sometimes people can be on a constant treadmill of the next certificate, the next class or retreat or thing, to try and learn as much as possible. Now, there's a certain point where you need to learn your profession, but then there's a point where you're just distracting yourself so that you're not actually implementing this thing. We have New York, great. And denial, that's another definite one, because you, you tend to get busy or sick. Sick is another way of sabotaging yourself. And now you may not think so, because a lot of people think they have no control over, being sick. But you probably know of someone that is sick a lot, and how they can't do something because of that thing. Maybe oh, my back is bad, or I have a cold today, or whatever that sick thing is. That I personally know of people who are like that, where there's always something wrong physically with them. And so we can hold that stuff in our bodies, so that our bodies kind of betray us. Um, Sabotaging. Okay, good. Let's see what else. Good to have you, Long Beach. Um, Resistance to doing what I want and need to do. Yes. I have emotional eating procrastination. That's another way that we can sabotage ourselves, right? When we know a certain thing we should be doing, like say if you're trying to lose weight, and I hate to use that phrase, I like to replace that with moving towards your ideal goal weight. And so maybe you're on that path and you know what is the ideal way of getting there, and you just keep doing those patterns that throw you under the bus. And emotional eating can be a way of pushing down those fears that we don't want to feel. So thank you for sharing all your comments, and the ways that you're uh, stopping yourself. Yeah, we get in our own way, don't we? Excuse me. Let's go ahead and start with this process of running your energy. It's a practice that I encourage people to do every day. Some people do it twice a day. They set their energy in the morning so that they can have a good frame of mind and high frequency for the day. And others like to do it at night where they can clear the day of all the things that they've accumulated. And so some people like to do both morning and night. So either way, it's important. And if you're new to this process, I encourage you to, one, pay attention to how you're feeling in your body right now. Is there any tension, anxiety? Maybe you feel kind of sluggish or tired or something. I want you just to like put how you're feeling in a bookmark right now. And I want you to refer to this point now when we're at the end, because you're going to see how different you feel in just a relatively short period of time. So we're going to be clearing this sabotage energy so that you can start moving your goals and your desires further along than they are now. All right. And yes, thank you for sharing that, Roma. The 20-minute guided practice is available here for free. So be sure to download that so that you can practice it on a daily basis. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get started first with getting ultra grounded. And this whole process is outlined in my book with illustrations, etc. And if you're unfamiliar with how we move through this, I suggest getting the book so that you can follow along. We're here every week, and this is my contribution in service to humanity so that those who don't feel they have the ability to invest in themselves can come here every week and benefit through this practice. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to get ultra grounded. So we're going to put that line of energy like a big pipe from the base of your spine all the way to the center of the planet. And that's actually looking really good. So we're going to put it on release in no effort. Works just like gravity. It's going to release all the garbage we're going to let go of here shortly. The second part is to send roots down from the bottoms of your feet deep into the earth. And so that it wraps around the entire planet. So underneath the surface, there's this intelligent communication layer. And so we're going to start bringing that energy of abundance, the energy of our Mother Earth, up through these legs, through the feet and the ankles. It's kind of getting stopped right at the ankles there. So the chances are you're not having much fun. The ankles are about having fun. So let's bring a pure source, this pure earth energy, up through the feet. There we go. And the ankles, I'm just going to gently pull it up through the calves, that unused adrenaline in your calves, up through the knees, through the thigh. And then when it gets to the very top of your leg, it's going to go down the grounding cord so that both legs are nice and clear. There, now the energy is moving. The third part to getting ultra grounded is to clear our worry circle that radiates around your root chakra. Today, it's out to the third layer. So ideally, you wouldn't have one. But we're going to clear this worry circle with a black flame. There's some Draco energy in this, and that black flame will transmute that energy. And we can just send all this worry down our grounding cord so it can be transmuted into a more useful energy. Oops. Hang on. Falling apart here. Okay, there. It gets backwards in the camera. All right, so we still have a worry circle. Control being. Okay, so let's use that black flame. So ideally, you're coming here to learn how to do this practice, and you're doing the work along with us, as opposed to me just coming and clearing your energy, because that doesn't empower you. You'll feel more empowered when you learn how to do this process yourself. So right now, we're using a black flame at the root. And we'll use a little bit of light language to kind of move these energies along. Oi amaye na tia na kukuye. A baye nata a ki ke ano kukumo yama a naye tieta to kukuye. Okay, good. So we're letting go of all that energy at the root that makes it hard to take a next step. This energy at the root can feel very sabotaging. And so, also, some of the energies that are sabotaging you are not even yours. So, that's also a very fascinating thing about this work. Okay, so there's no worry circle. Next, we're going to make sure that your heart is grounded. So, we're going to connect with the heart, which is not 100% open. So, that's good, but it's not grounded. And so, first, we're going to go up to your sixth chakra. You have some beliefs out to that third layer. So these are beliefs around how powerful you are, how much you're able to do or accomplish, the level of freedom you believe you can experience in this lifetime. So we're going to use a black flame right behind your forehead. We're going to transmute more of this Draco energy, which is the darkest and most permeating energy on the planet. It's kind of like the biggest dark energy. And all of these other things are kind of underneath the Draco energy. Okay, so we're just transmuting that energy in that sixth chakra. So the beliefs that don't allow us to really step into the power of our heart, like it doesn't feel safe. Let's see, 765. Now we're going to go to the heart, out to that third layer where there's more Draco energy. So let's use a black flame right in your heart chakra. Okay, good. So let's see if there's still more energy there. So there's more Draco. Let's use a bigger black flame. So be sure to help along with this. So we're all doing this together. Clearing this dark Draco energy. There's also some other energies in here. That's why it's not moving so easily. There's some curses in here, about 5. So we can use the black flame for that as well. We just will include that in our intentions to transmute these curses that make you feel endlessly bad about yourself, judgmental, feeling like you're not enough. You have to keep doing more and more. That's not your energy. Oya maye anata ye ki na kuku oye akama opo ya nati ya ye amoku ye iya. Okay, great. As we are bringing, let's see if we can ground the heart now. Nope. Okay, there's still 3 curses here. So energy is a little more intense today. That's kind of interesting. No wonder you feel like you're sabotaging yourself. Some of these energies are hard to move through. Okay, great. That's why we get help, right? Okay, so we're gonna keep using this black flame. Kukuye ama kukuma adaye natia no kuku moye. Ea natikaye payanataye. Okay, so there's the curses are still there. Okay. Okay, we're being instructed now to use the energy of rose quartz. This is really high vibration that's sort of synonymous with the energy of love. And we're going to flood this energy with the energy of love. Instead of fighting these energies, we just send love to transmute. Oe maea, kia na tupuea maea. Stubborn today. Kia natia napuea maea, natia kukuea maea, kumuyo. Okay, just keep using that black flame, rose quartz. It's slowly dissolving. A lot of love. Just send it love. This is the opposite of their energy. Okay, great. Curses are now 0. We always win. Keep going till we win. And then, okay, let's see if we can ground the heart now. There we go. Bam. Did you notice a difference? See if you notice that difference. Okay, because that was a little stubborn. Okay, so now heart is grounded. The final part to getting ultra grounded is women. We're going to draw a line from both of our ovaries down into our grounding cord. If you wanted to heat your hands up and put a hand on each ovary, connect with those, you could do that. And then the men will ground their prostate and their testicles into this grounding cord so they can really ground their masculine energy. Okay, good. There we go. So now we're ultra grounded. Next, we're going to start bringing pure source down through our creative rings. So there's rings stacked above our head, which is where we hold our dreams, our desires, our intentions. And right as we start to bring pure source down through these rings, there's an energy right at the top of the rings that won't let a pure source connect with our dreams and our desires. So we're going to use another black flame. It's the Draco energy. So use a black flame right at the top of your rings. Even if you don't know how many rings you have, you can still do this. As a matter of fact, we're just helping you remember what you already know. You already know how to do all this. Okay, good. So as we're bringing pure source down through the rings, there we go. It's down about halfway and then it's stopping again. More Draco energy, use a black flame. Okay, so as it's coming down through the rings into the crown, now pure source is stopping right at the crown. This is where we get our personal permission. We give ourselves our personal permission. However, that's sometimes hard to do when there's interference up here. So right now there's interference out to the 3rd layer. And this is the power of our permission. So this is a permission circle up here. We're going to use another black flame. There is more of that Draco energy in the 3rd layer. There we go. Just use that black flame to transmute their energy. There we go. So now as pure source is coming down through the crown, down through the central core, in through that 6th chakra. So it's going to spin the chakras all the way down. The 6th chakra, fifth, right at the throat. Let it stir in here. The throat's a really important part of our energy field in that it's more than just our voice, more than just speaking up, speaking our truth. All of our communication, all of our telepathy, all of our silent communications, all of our silent audio, where we can hear our guides, we can hear maybe other people telepathing, we can hear animals, we communicate with them. So there's a lot more kinds of communication that go on here in this throat chakra than just our voice. So as you're bringing this energy down through the throat, here we go, you were clearing that. Okay, so coming down through the throat into the heart where it's stopping again. So this is one of the most important chakras in that this is where we self-generate love and where we access our infinite intelligence. So this is why this is a chakra that they often target. So out to the third layer, a lot of self-judgments here. There's some control beings here, so we're going to use a black flame. There's also some Draco energy, and there's curses. A little bit of everything here. Let's just use a black flame and transmute all of this, just like melting. And that rose quartz wants to come in again. Oyama ye anata taye kumuye iamapaye tianaye kia kokuye. Yeah, letting go of those judgments where you start to feel bad about yourself. Okay, so bringing pure source down through the heart into that solar plexus. Here it's stopping right at our solar plexus, our motor, our engine. Third layer, third chakra. That's like a big stop sign. It's got a lot of fear in it. That's the biggest face of sabotage energy. Fear entities. So we're going to use the black flame for that. Interesting. This has not shown up in a while. Some discarnate beings. So those dead people, basically. And these are dead people that are channeling through you. And they're trying to work their karma out through you. Like they don't have a body anymore, so they need a body. But that's not helpful for your evolution. So we want to, I'm going to use a black flame for these discarnate beings as well. They're operating at about a -15 on a scale of +30, -30. So they're a little on the dark side. That's why we're using a black flame. Aye amaye. Kukuyama aye. Okay, good. So we're just transmuting all these energies. Great. So as we're bringing pure source down through the solar plexus, second chakra spilling down the root, take a deep breath into this vertical alignment where you're connected way up high to pure source and you're rooted deeply into our Mother Earth. Okay, great. So next, we're going to mix these two energies at the root, the earth energy coming up through the legs, pure source coming down the backside. Let's bring it up the front. So as it's trying to leave the root, it's getting stuck on some fear. Some of you have lost your grounding cord. So there's no place for the fear to go. So let's put the grounding cord back. So this often happens when we're trying to release fear, because fear contracts us. And so when it contracts, it also can pull up the grounding cord so that you're not grounded anymore. So we just put it back down, let go of that fear. There you go. Okay, good. So now let's try and bring that 50-50 up the front. There we go, through the second, third. So it's stopping right at that solar plexus out to that third layer. And that's that stop sign, more fear. And also, this is the watcher energy. They kind of hang out in the 50th layer of our aura. You can use a rainbow flame on them. And some Draco energy. So let's use a black flame for that. Oyama kukuye. Okay, great. So as we're bringing this energy up through the solar plexus and the heart, now we're coming up into the heart. Oh, great. It's going right through. Good. Through the throat, 6, crown, rings, aura. Let's jump out to the 15th layer, starting at the bottom. This is where the 1% hangs out. You can use a black flame in here, or you could just lift them up and out. When they get above your head, just send them through that central core channel off planet. 15, 20. We're going to do the same thing with the 50th layer, starting at the bottom where the watchers hang out. So a rainbow flame is good. '50s. And then we're going to do the same thing with the 100th layer where the Dracos hang out. They're way out there. They think no one will notice them out there, but we found them. So let's use a black flame as we lift this Draco energy up and out. Okay, good. And so now the aura is clear. So the final part to running our energy is to clear our circle of reciprocity, because receiving starts with giving first. So we're going to get this self-generated love activated, moving, flowing, radiating out. And we're going to bring the self-generated love out your right arm. So it's kind of stopping right at your right shoulder. And so you start to give, but then you stop. That's some of that sabotage energy. You stop yourself from giving. Why? Let's see what's in the shoulder. It's some Draco energy. Let's use a black flame right there. And we'll get that cleared out so you can start giving yourself. You can start filling yourself up with your self-generated love. They've had us kind of backwards in so many ways, including with love, that we should have to go out and find love to feel love. Well, that's backwards. We actually self-generate it. And then when we're full of our own self-generated love, then when we go out into the world, then we can magnetize our mirror from there, someone else who's also full. All right, so we're bringing the self-generated love out the right arm. Great. Put your fingertips together. Allow yourself to receive this love, filling yourself up, nourishing yourself as it comes up through the arm, down through the front and back of the heart. Okay, well, let us know if the pain leaves. Bhavna, I think that's how you say your name. You said you're in a lot of pain in your shoulder. So we'll see if this alleviates this, because sometimes that happens. Just need to get the energy flowing. Okay, good. So it's flowing through the heart, throat, 6, crown, through all of your rings. Okay, great. And so Spirit has given another step to this. This is the newest step, so it's not in the book. And so that's also the benefit of showing up here every week, is you're going to get the most up-to-date version of running your energy. So this new part, and it's not like the first part was wrong and that this one is the right way. It's that people needed to learn how to fill themselves up first. because too many people are just giving, 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 and they're not taking care of themselves. So part two, once this is full, flowing, moving, we're going to take this self-generated love and we're going to move it out both arms. We're going to bring it out both arms. And I want you to send this love to someone specific, someone who's maybe having a hard time, maybe somebody who needs a hug, a little love and support. So you could just send this love to them. And it could be maybe a whole group of people, that maybe a whole country. I don't know. This is you and how you want to give. But then you're going to allow yourself to receive through both arms, receiving, filling yourself up, letting that energy come in, circulating through your heart and through your entire toroidal energy field. So your tube torus, it's like a big apple. Okay, great. So that's the process of running your energy. And we're going to measure a few more things. So, because we want these to be at zero. And that's the beauty of this system. So we measured sabotage energy, which was at 95%. Let's see where it is now. It's down to 15, but we want it to be all the way to zero. So let's find where there's a little bit more of this sabotaging energy, because that's where all of these energies start at a very small amount. You won't even notice 15%, but it grows from there gradually. So you don't even notice. So we're going to go to the sixth chakra. So there's some beliefs out to that third layer. So there's a part of you that doesn't feel like you can really accomplish what it is that you'd like to do. And so since there's that belief is bigger than the belief that you can do it, this is the part that's sabotaging you. There's a control being in here. So let's use a black flame right behind your forehead. We're going to transmute this energy. Also down in the root chakra, out to that third layer where it doesn't feel safe to step into your power. More Draco energy. Let's use a black flame right in your root chakra. Okay, good. Let's remeasure the energy of sabotage. It's at zero. Okay, great. The other energies we were measuring was the energy of fear. So there's still 15% left of that. Let's go down to the root chakra, out to that third layer. This is a fear of failure. And when you don't start something, then you won't have to worry about failing, right? You can't fail if you never start it. So that's a great way of sabotaging yourself. This fear of failure will stop you in your tracks. And what's interesting is that you'll start to notice your patterns showing up. So now that all of these energies are clear, some of you still operate sort of in kind of like habitual, like your patterns will just keep happening. And so notice how those patterns show up, but it's like there won't be any substance left to hold it in place. So that's how you can really start to change things when you notice these habits showing up, and then you can take a different action. You can decide something different. So I can clear the energies or help you clear the energies here on this end, but I can't help you do the steps that you need to do to not sabotage yourself. So that's going to be up to you. All right, let's see. We're still clearing some energy at the root with a black flame. Fear entities. Yeah, there's about 5 of them. So let's use that black flame right at the root. There's no spells or curses. There's also some Draco energy. Let's use a black flame for that. Okay, now we're going to remeasure fear. Now it's at 0. And then that other energy that I wanted to measure was the energy of commitment. I knew it started with a C. Commitment. How committed are you to your project or your process or your business or this thing that you want to do that you feel like you keep sabotaging yourself from? How committed are you to this? Let's measure. Yeah, you're only 15% committed. Okay, so it's like, well, no wonder it's not going to happen. Let's change that. Let's change that for you. Let's go to the root chakra, out to the second layer, where there is fear. It's hard to be committed to something when you're afraid of doing it or afraid. Let's see what some of the fears are. A fear of being seen, and maybe a fear of being seen as foolish, like you might do something wrong. A fear of failure. So fear of failure, of fear of the unknown. That's yep. Like we don't know how things are going to turn out, right? So that's another fear that can stop us. Okay. Let's see. And also fear of being heard. Yeah. So when you going to make this project, as you're going to implement it, those words are really powerful to move it in the right direction. You put your words out into the ethers, and so it is, right? Okay, let's remeasure commitment now. Okay, hang on a second. So it's up to 50%, but that's only halfway there. Let's bring it all the way home. Let's go to the heart. Second layer, more fear. So, yeah, maybe you're sabotaging yourself in relationships. And because of that fear of being loved. Yes, it's more a fear of being loved than a fear of being unlovable. So they sound very similar, but they're different. They're very different. So we're using a black flame right in the heart here to clear this fear of being loved. Okay, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, let's see where your commitment is now. 95. Let's bring it all the way to 100. We're going to go to the root, out to that third layer. There's some anger in here. And it's the watcher energy. So use a rainbow flame. Yep, it's just the watchers. Yeah, they're kind of angry too. Fear of rejection. That's a good one. Whew. Fear of rejection and fear of not being able. Not being able. Yeah, like maybe feeling incompetent. Or fear of success. Okay, so that's there's not that there. There's no fear of rejection. We've cleared that. Okay, let's see where the commitment, no, was it commitment? Yes. Now it's at 100. Okay, great. Well, that was fun. And so hopefully, I'd like to hear from you how you're feeling now compared to when we bookmarked at the beginning. Remember, I asked you to feel into how you were feeling at the beginning and notice how you're feeling differently now. So while you're doing that, uh, just trying to think of what else you need for this to have a really great weekend, so you can really start stepping into what it is you'd like to create for yourself. Yeah, this sabotage energy is big, and I think what you'll start to notice is that you'll start noticing you're going to be more successful at things. Things are going to you're going to start being able to actually do things like take the next step, and it won't feel so scary. It won't feel um, or it'll feel like that kind of like the echo of being afraid, like you should be afraid, but you're really not, and now you're doing the next step, and before you were afraid to do the next step, but now you're doing it. So just notice how it shows up for you. And here's G saying she feels lighter. Um, and we're not sure if all entities are cleared. Okay, great. So, I usually do not do any personal or private things on this call, but I'll make an exception for vaccine stuff because I've been offering to do that for free for people. And there's like 5 parameters that I check. And so one of those is, or 4. So if her heart is open, so that it's closed right now. So that's one of the markers of being affected by the vaccine. The second is spells and curses. There's usually 100 of each of those, which I'm also noticing. And then control beings also at 100. So those 4 parameters, if you've been vaccinated, that will show up. And so that's something that I can clear. Let's make sure that we have her permission. Um, yeah, so we're not checking other personal things that would be safe for private work with me, but we'll do vaccine stuff. So your daughter G, let's see. Yes, okay. So I have your permission, and so I don't know how old she is, but as a spirit, she's giving me her permission. So go to the root chakra, out to that 3rd layer, and I'm going to clear these control beings with a black flame, and also the spells and curses. Oyama ye natia na kukuye, iyama a papa, anatia na kukumoye, amakia e anata yeya. Okay, good. So that just cleared the spells and curses, the control beings. Let's remeasure her heart. That opened it up 50%. Let's see what else there is. There's something in her 6th chakra, 2nd layer. So this is fear, the fear that has gone along with this whole program, where people are mostly afraid of dying. And yeah, so that's one of her fears. So we'll clear that out as well. Yanaye amokukuye. Uh-huh. Okay, let me remeasure her heart. So now the heart is 100% open. Yeah, so if there's anyone else here who would like this help, Oh, thank you, Bhavna. Um, oh, good. Krista is there. And I'm curious, thank you. What you're giving is priceless. It is priceless. Thank you for acknowledging that. Um, if you could see if Krista's feeling any different, maybe a little less guarded, maybe a little more hopeful, a little more lighter. Sometimes I won't put words in your mouth. Maybe you could let me know if she's feeling something different. I'm acres in fear. Well, Reiki, you running your energy every day with us. Is that an old habitual pattern of saying that? Because I'm seeing that really you're only in 15% fear. So it's often when we reinforce things with our words, I would pay attention to that. Thank you very much from all our hearts. You're very welcome. Onako Jaspava. Mom was activated. Can you check her? I don't know what to do. She's more weaker since then. Thanks. Okay, good. So G is saying that the girl that we just cleared the vaccine info with is feeling calmer. She says she feels at ease. Okay, great. So I'll call you Ona for short. So this is also for people who, like, ideally is for people who regret having done this and they're not going to be getting more of the protocols. Otherwise, this is kind of a waste of time to do this for people who are, like, you want to do something good for your family, but maybe they're really committed to it. So let's see. Okay, I'm getting that we have her permission to clear this, that she would want this clearing. So let's check the parameter here. And her heart is at 0, spells 100, curses 100, control beings 100. Okay, so that's definitely what happens. So let's clear this. Go to the root, out to that third layer, and we're using a black flame. We're just going to use a black flame. And so those of you who are on the call, you can also do this for your loved ones if you have their permission, or you can ask their spirit for permission. And this is how you transmute these energies. Okay. So spells, curses, control beings are now cleared. Her heart, 100% open. Good. Hopefully she will feel the difference. All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for the day. We are at the top of the hour. And as always, I so appreciate you coming here. For those of you who would like more of my personal help, yes, I am traveling, but I am still working. And you can get an altitude report, which is the very first place anyone will start to find out where they are on the energetic spectrum. And then we can go from there. Then we'll know, maybe you're closer than you think. Maybe you don't need as much help as you think. And in the report, I tell you where all the blocks are. You can use your own gifts and tools to clear the energies yourself. And then this comes with a 30-minute conversation. So on this call, we can check and see if you were able to clear the energies yourself. And if not, if you still need help, there'll be some suggestions in the report. All right. I so appreciate all of you coming here today and for Friday's inspiration. And hopefully you will be less sabotaging of yourself and more supportive of what your dreams and desires are. We will be back next week. I will be a little further north in the Netherlands. And we'll see what we have cooking up for you then. All right, sending so much love. Have a blessed day or night wherever you may be in the world, and sending much love. Namaste.